Bridgeside.
Sausagegate 2017 is the biggest controversy ever to hit Bridgeside.
I was f***ing disgusted and appalled.
I think that I won. I know that I won.
If you throw up, you're a loser.
I was robbed that day.
There's a little controversy there. Shouldn't go unnoticed.
Is it confusing? It could be.
If you ask me who won the contest, I'd have to say Adam.
But he did win.
Yeah, just answering the question.
What are we still talking about here?
I'm going to bring back to July 4th, 2017.
So last year I was approached by my very good friend to be in an eating competition. And he didn't know this, but I've been waiting for this shot my whole life.
First up is my personal pick. I said this late. He's been training for months, guys. I don't know if you heard.
I've been training, eating every night. My mom's been cooking for me. 1 plate, 2 plates, more plates.
Adam Hutsoglu, my pick to win. Let's go, baby. The Greek freak.
I mean, I was really more focused on Adam. As a man of slight build, I wanted to see how many sausages he could eat. I was looking at these two monsters next to him, one being the animal, of course.
Chris the Animal Liatzis. Let's bring him up here.
That was the first time they called me the animal. I don't hang out with those guys anymore.
One being David Casanova.
This competition meant everything to me.
My friend Dave is an all-pro eater. He deserved better than that. Should have had some Faicos, or at least some Franken-Sals.
He's the sweetest young man. Sweet. But he's also the sweatiest young man. Can we have Dave Casanova to the stage? Dave Casanova!
I gotta say, I mean, it looked like something was wrong with Dave.
I've never seen somebody sweat so much in my life. The man was severely dehydrated.
There's that little bit of fear there, and you just, you persevere, and then you get to the end of the competition, and he's one ahead, and you stick it out, and then he yaks, and then he's just like, sore loser. I just can't believe it.
Maybe I need to teach Dave the actual definition of eating, but guys, I'm no doctor.
There is one rule to eating competitions. You keep your food down. You do not have to be a fancy lawyer, which I am, to know that if you don't keep your food down, you lose and you get last place.
If you listen to the tapes, listen to the rules, I won.
There is the buzzer beater rule. So when the timer goes off, if you have a sausage in the mouth, it counts.
No, it's gotta be swallowed.
No. See, we discussed it.
Nobody has to swallow.
No.
We said if you have the full sausage in your mouth, doesn't have to be ingested yet, that it should have counted. And he had more sausages in his mouth, but he just didn't ingest them all. Then he threw up, of course, which was absolutely disgusting. And
Phil said throwing up is allowed.
Throwing up is allowed. Throwing up is allowed.
You said that.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Now I know why Dave's pissed. That brings us to the question, what is your definition of throwing up? Is regurgitation throwing up? Is spitting up throwing up?
If they get it in their mouth, the whole thing before time runs out, and they don't spit it up, it counts.
These questions were not answered.
And they don't spit it up. It counts.
And this concludes the Bridgeside 4th of July eating contest. Winners, Adam. How? How could you create rules during the competition?
So obviously I made a mistake, but then my partner Win cleared it up very easily, corrected my mistake, and said, as long as you don't spit it out. People are allowed to make mistakes here.
Bunch of bullies on the microphone, those sports guys.
I'm gonna say Dave won, he's my boy. So I'm gonna go with Dave. Maybe I'm being a little biased here, but
Eating is a 2-part adventure. You put it in the mouth, and then you digest it.
I ate 15 and a half sausages. You can't refute that fact. Somebody else ate 15, and somebody else yacked.
I mean, you talk about Dave, Adam's the real villain. The guy cooked his own sausages. How does it even happen?
I've heard there's a lot of controversy on the fact that a participant in the competition also cooked.
I believe Adam Hutsoglu got here at like 6 in the morning, has been grilling non-stop.
If I'm cooking my sausages and I know I'm in a sausage eating contest, I'm guaranteeing you I'm having the small sausages on my plate.
I was asked to cook, so you're welcome. I did you a favor.
As far as Adam grilling the sausages, he did a great job. Me and him both. This has everything to do with the sports guys, and I don't even know how they sleep at night.
I watched him cook a lot of those sausages, and I don't know, a couple dropped on the floor.
There's some people putting the blame on me that those sausages weren't cut evenly. But let me explain something to you. If it wasn't for me, that sausage eating contest would have never ran on time. They were trying to cook them whole with not enough time. So the only rational idea was to cut them in half so they can cook quicker.
Maybe he did something. I wouldn't put it past him.
Now I understand they weren't all the same size, but I'm not gonna sit there with a tape measurer and measure the length of each sausage link.
I blame Paul Liatzis, owner of Bridgeside Productions. It's his fault there wasn't enough clarity in terms of directions. This trickles down from the top. If we had clarity in the beginning, things would have been done right.
Paul Liatzis told me the rules, and I didn't quite understand half those rules that were being said that day.
We wanted a tiebreaker, and one by the name of Paul Liatzis again nixed the whole thing. So if we just had a tiebreaker, this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
I was cheated, and I'm gonna redeem myself.
Get over it.
Again, I gotta stress that I don't give two
right,
shits about the sausage thing.
Go Bridgeside.
This year, I'm ready for everybody.
The only person in this competition that can beat me is myself.
I've been training for this moment for a year now. I'm gonna get my redemption and justice.
In eating competitions, I'm king.